News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukatali.
Hello there, a very good morning and welcome to another edition of Newsline. It's Monday morning, a new week. Of course, we are here to keep you up to date on the political unfoldings here in Sri Lanka. And today on our show, we've got a guest who's not a new face here on Newsline and has been invaluable with his contributions on making revelations about corruption and other issues surrounding the political sphere here in Sri Lanka. A very good morning, Mr. Azad Sali, former governor of the Western Province.
Very good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you on our show this morning. Mr. Sali, you have been quite vocal against corruption. Of course, you also served as the governor of the Western Province for a period of time. We saw a very emotional farewell on your final day in office. How has the situation been since then? Are you happy with how the political sphere here in Sri Lanka has turned out?
See, I mean, what the country needs at this moment is a national policy on what we should be doing. Once that is done, let it be the local authority, let it be the provincial council, let it be the governor's office, or let it be the central government. We'll follow that. Here, time and again, change of governments is changing the whole thing upside down. Right? By that, what happens is, the people are waiting for benefits, people are waiting for good things to happen, but it is all put to a stop or halted due to various political interferences. Now see, as governor, the projects that we started is model schools.
Okay.
Right? Now we have been always going and hiring furnitures from outside or buying furnitures from outside for the provincial council schools. Right? We have 1,280 odd schools with the Western Province. All these furniture, table, desk was made from outside. But during my time, I started a project to make our own furniture. Initially we invested 15 million on that and a very successful program. And then schools, you can see provincial schools not doing well or a stepmotherly treatment given. What I needed was all the schools to come out and come as a model school. See, by we separating the Tamils separate, Muslims separately, Christians and Buddhists separately, this brought to most of the problems. In education, like what we studied at DSN College, was all four communities were together. In my class, we had all the communities.
Mr. Sali, I have actually visited DSN College, and one thing that really did marvel me was the fact that there are all four places of worship present.
This is what our concept was. This is what DSN is. So this is the message that I give to everybody at every forum that I get, is to have schools of this nature. So that the single community students will understand the Muslim students will understand the Tamils, the Tamils community will understand the Sinhalese. So mostly everybody will be friends and everybody will know each other and their religion also. So there won't be any problem whatsoever. Here what we are separating them. So when you go into a single school, when they see these Muslims as terrorists, when they see the Tamils, they see the tigers are coming in. So this atmosphere is always, every community is looked at very suspiciously. This must be finished. We must come out of this mess, and we have to put all the schools with all four communities. That is where reconciliation starts. Right. If this can be done, this is this thing, and I started 10 model schools, which everything was done. EU was ready to fund. EU was ready to fund all the schools that we are planning to do. Then you take the Public Service Commission. That had 86,000 files pending when I took office. And everything is files and papers. But I appointed a 7-member committee which had everything on the screen, on top, and people took decisions immediately. The entire deadlock was almost finished. Right? So this is what people are wanting. And you must be able to take decisions. If you can't take decisions, you don't hold any position. See, whether it is right or wrong, decision must be made. That is the most important thing in a governor or a leader or a minister or whatever it is. Here the problem is, everybody was more concentrating on how their family can be elevated, how the wife can be the secretary, how the son can have a position, how they can rob. That was their theme. Right. Now we saw the 4.5 years that we saw the good governance government.
Right.
Were they able to at least take into custody one person whom can we mention today? Did they prove to the world or to the country at least that this fellow robbed so much? It was only by words and only by shouting at meetings you were trying to say they were corrupt, this person, but nobody was proved wrong.
There were a few cases though where certain people were found guilty of not releasing their tax returns, but they were only fined 1,000 rupees or so.
See, this
under the penal law of Sri Lanka.
The problem in this country is the independence of the judiciary will not be there if the 19th Amendment is taken off. The President is saying openly, even in India, that he will take off the 19th Amendment. Where do we stand? Why did we all struggle so much to bring peace into this country, to bring in good governance into this country? We wanted a free and independent judiciary. We know in 2005 to 2015 how the judiciary was manipulated or how the judiciary was called to do things, how the former Chief Justice was taken overnight and thrown out of the court complex. These are things that the people of this country witnessed, and that is why the people wanted the change in 2015. But the people who bought the change, they did only the change within themselves. For their prosperity they did the change. But see, whatever said and done, from 2015 onwards, with Maithripala Sirisena and Ranil Wickremesinghe being the two side leaders, several achievements have been made. But where was the publicity? Where did the people vote for that? We see Maithripala Sirisena travelling almost every day on chopper outside Colombo for various openings and new developments. He did so much of work. But what was the result? Zero.
The result at the election, you mean?
Yeah, zero. And even election, today they are talking so much is the independent election commission that was given. The most peaceful election in Sri Lanka's history was that. So that is the situation. So we have to see what we can do to the country. Where is the independence of all these things? Right? The judiciary independence, election commission, the public services commission, the bribery commission, the human rights commission, all these commissions have been given the right place.
Right. So we would also like to remind our viewers that you can send in your messages to the number that's displayed on your screen right now. If you have any questions to be directed at Ms. Destali, any questions relating to the conversation ongoing, you can send it in to the number mentioned below. Mr. Azad Sali, you were speaking about the decisive nature of a leader. You said that if you are a proper leader, you must be able to make decisions no matter the consequences. Let's move on to a little bit more of party politics here in Sri Lanka. Now, we know that there is a government currently with no majority in parliament. Of course, given their record in the election victory at the presidential election, they are very confident that they can secure a majority in parliament at the next general election. Of course, another essential element to ensure that democracy prevails in a country is a strong opposition.
Exactly.
We saw during the 2010 government following the general election, there were only 44 members from the United National Party in the opposition. It was a very small opposition, and as such they were not able to function to their fullest, and corruption thrived to a certain degree. We are now at another crossroads again, where the party leadership is being questioned by many party seniors, many party supporters. This has been the case for quite some time now. The current leader, former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, has been at the helm for 26 years. That's 1/4 of a century. Where is the party going?
I think Mr. Wickremesinghe will be entered into the Guinness Book for 2-3 things.
He already holds the world record for being the Prime Minister for the most number of terms.
Yeah.
It's 4.
And I think the leader of the opposition also, I think, will come that way. Anyway, what we are trying to say is, when the Good Governance government was elected, and Maithripala Sirisena was elected in 2015, though they had a minority government of 44, they still had the guts to hold parliament, not to prorogue parliament.
Right.
That's the most important thing. But here, they don't want criticism. They don't want to hear the opposition speaking. So they prorogue parliament. Right? So now again, after 3rd, a similar thing can take place. But what we want is, I don't think the opposition is going to oppose the president's move to do the right thing.
Okay.
And they have already stated that. Come, talk. First, the president has to make his speech in parliament.
His throne speech.
Throne speech has to be made. That he should make on the 3rd, not to prorogue parliament again. Make your speech, make your policies, do the right thing, people will support. Right? Because you are the president who made a statement to say that 100% Buddhists voted for me, thinking that no minorities voted. A million vote has gone to the president. The president must understand one thing, is there is 2 things, nationality and communality. Right? In this country there were 35 candidates who contested this election. 3 were minority candidates. 3 or 4 were minority candidates. The rest 30 odd candidates were all Buddhist.
And the minority candidates didn't even receive 0.5% of the vote.
That is I am coming to. So everybody voted for a singular candidate, not to a Muslim. We campaigned against Hizbullah. The Tamils campaigned against Shivaji Lingam. So Muslims did not vote Hizbullah. He was expecting, after a deal with Rajapaksa's, he was expecting to take 300,000 votes, which will be the deciding factor, he was saying.
Right.
Deciding factor to make the president. And my vote, the 300,000 vote, will bring the difference, he said.
Okay.
Shivaji Lingam was expecting the same on a Tamil vote. People are not communal. The Tamil Muslim people are not communal. That is why they voted for Sajid Premadasa. Why? In Sinhala you say, Jativadaya and Jatigavadaya. So we all voted for the Jatigavadaya and not Jativadaya. Now you can see the helm of Jativadaya that is going on television. If you open the television, you can see all saffron clad monks issuing statements over statements. We saw Murtettu Ananda Thero making a very strong statement this week, giving a red light signal. He says, red Ratu Eliak, Gotada Ratu Eliak Maging. Me hara pattapal horutika apo innawa kila is making a statement. So now the people who brought them to power are now in just 1 month saying that pattapal horu thamai mangilang vate inni. So that itself giving a wrong signal within no time, within 1 month. And see, the most important thing here is the president's speech was one. Second, he says, now I am the president to the people who elected me and to the people who did not vote for me. I am the president and I will do the right thing. I was the first to
commend him.
Commend, and also said, you do the right thing, we are there to support. Let it be anybody for that matter. Any government that is elected by the people, for the people, we have to support it. So we said, you do the right thing, we will support it. But today what is happening? You are going with a team of people just painting everybody's walls. Can I come into your house and paint your walls the way I want? No, I must get your permission first. Whether I could do this. This is the drawing that I have for you. Today you are going into the mosque, painting the mosque walls, anti-Islamic slogans. Then you are going into the kovils. Now the Tamil community, we saw a statement has come, the thing that they have done. Now I will just show you 2 things that they have done. Is very, very upsetting the people, you know. See, this is one picture. The one picture. Can somebody show this?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Now this is one picture where they have gone in and they have painted a wall at Bevaldenia, right? This is a mosque, right? So how could somebody go and do this? And can you see another picture, which is another issue, and that is very, very dangerous. That gives a very wrong impression, and people are today talking about it and asking what we are doing. So now see, now this picture, yeah, now Now this picture is portraying a Muslim on top of a tree with a cap, face cap, and cutting a tree. So this indicates that the Muslims are going and cutting trees, right? And the TV channel and the president is going and planting trees, and these Muslims are cutting the tree, and after that they are trying to show the SLMC leader trying to protect the tree, right? So these are all communal things. So do you think,
Sali,
do you think peace can come?
These minority issues have been a part of Sri Lankan culture for quite a long time, and of course, just like you said, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa made a statement when he got elected and said that I am not the representative of the people who only voted for me.
Exactly.
I am the representative of the entire country.
Precisely.
Also, one thing that I can remember and that we do commend is the fact that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa on his tour to India made a very valid statement. He said for 4.5 years we were only focusing on political solutions to the minority issues. He said I as the president will look beyond a political solution and bring economic prosperity, good standard of living, because at the end of the day that is what really matters to the general public.
The Sri Lankan public is used to falsehood, listening to falsehood, or wrong propaganda, or wrongful propaganda, I will say. See, what did they say? Country was sold out. Can any parliamentarian or the president of this country say which land and where it was sold by the Vikramasinghe Maitri government? But the whole country knows how Shangri-La land was sold, how you sold the sea, Golf was sold, right? All was sold completely. And we saw last week the Prime
on a
Minister,
99-year lease.
No, it was sold.
It was sold off.
It was sold off completely.
Right.
And Maitriwala government that came and converted that into a 99-year-old lease, at least the fourth generation of our country will have that property back. If not, that would have been sold. The Rajapaksa sold it. And now they say that the Maitri Vikramasinghe deal was to sell out everything. Now Ambandar was given on a 99 years lease. Now they say that it is not a good deal, they want to revamp. No problem. If you can renegotiate, make use of that port, will be good, because we have a harbour without a ship, we have an airport without a plane, we have a stadium without playing cricket, we have a convention hall without a conference. So all that money was just a waste, just for your pride and your commissions you made those things. You never did that for the sake of the country, for the development of the country. No, you all did it for money. All the highways, you know how much it cost, how much a kilometer cost was everybody is known. Everybody was known for the commissions that they used to take. The one person was called Mr. 10%, now later he became Mr. 40%. Right? So that is how things happen. So we are here to support anybody who is doing the right thing.
Mr. Sali, I believe that the current administration, which was in power during the 2010-2015 period, even Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, after his election defeat, admitted the fact that they made certain mistakes, and that's the reason why they had to go home.
Not only mistakes, he said my fellows robbed.
Okay.
I was seeing the other side.
But however,
making a clear statement.
However, the government of good governance came into power, and now the election has concluded, 2019 presidential election, and the people have decided to give their administration a shot again. And the next election, of course, the general public of this country has proved that they are not as party-based as they were. Back in the day, the block vote, or what you call of a party, was the deciding factor. I mean, if the United National Party had a better block vote than the SLPP, the United National Party would have won. Same goes the other way around. But people of this country have shown that they will decide based on your performance. And if the current administration repeats the mistakes of the past and do not correct themselves, the people will send them home again.
See, what my thinking had been is the Gotabaya Rajapaksa administration must bear in mind that abduction has to be stopped. Going into
but then again, you yourself said that none of these were proved.
No, what I'm trying to say is now, the Swiss embassy episode,
Okay.
right? Whether anybody likes it or not, something had happened. and you were able to win over almost 90% or 99% of the media institution to say it was wrong. You never had the audacity to go and check onto these things and say whoever had done it is trying to tarnish the image of the government. We will punish them, we will catch them, was not their theme. The CID goes on for 3 to 4 days now continuously bringing pressure on that lady to reveal more details. Everything has been told. Now what a lady lawyer who spoke on television, on your channel I think, what did she say? We have no issues for the next UN session.
Okay.
We don't need to take any document with the government has given us all the proof. So we will take it up there. We don't want this to happen. We don't want anybody to accuse saying that you have gone into a TV station, taken people, questioned people, taken into a website, taken them for questioning. These things should not happen because in the 4.5 years it never happened. No abduction, no killing, no white man, all that. If somebody is doing wrong, please, there is the normal procedure of taking them to court. Take and do that. We are there for that. But when we do like this, the more than the Sri Lankan image, the international image of Sri Lanka is gone. This is the most disheartening thing because in the 10 years you have done that in the past. So you continue to do so, it's not going to help you.
But of course, regarding the incident of the Swiss embassy, the proper procedure was followed following the incident. Even though a complaint wasn't lodged at the CID, citing the importance of the international nature of this incident, the CID launched a probe and they requested for the Swiss staffer to provide a statement because of course the statement of the aggrieved party is a necessary element for a complaint.
You don't comment before this investigation. That is the important thing.
Exactly.
You came and said, this is a lie.
You came. Who are you accusing?
I mean, I'm accusing the government.
Okay.
When I say the government comes out and say, we saw the Prime Minister making that statement.
Okay.
It's all a lie. All this has been fabricated.
Okay.
And this, see, you first say, we will have a commission or we will have a 3-member committee that will go into these things. It is not only police work. It is international political work also. Right?
It's diplomacy.
Exactly. You put 3 people, one from the foreign ministry also, investigate the whole issue, get the Swiss ambassador. What is the problem? See, people have issues. Now on this election results, whether anybody likes this or not, 16th is election, 13th we get a UPFA Unstoppable, a guy who operates a website from Australia.
Okay.
He has given these results out. Including the reject votes. Imagine. I have said this openly.
Okay.
So why haven't anybody investigated on this? Election is held on the 16th. On 13th, this is out.
The exact same result?
Yeah. How come the reject vote is also given? Okay, your expectation of Colombo district, this amount, Kaluthara district can vary. But it doesn't vary. And then your reject vote is also there.
The exact same number?
Yeah. So these are issues. This is, I have been right throughout saying, this is Modi's style of election that was held in Sri Lanka. And it is Modi who is running Sri Lanka. That is very clear.
So can't the complaint on the matter be lodged?
Everything
or the
done.
matter be taken to the Supreme Court?
We have done everything possible, but it is, see, UNP as a party has to come out openly now. It's high time. You can't be having a leader to be negotiating who the leader is going to be, because in 3 months we are going for elections. In 3 months now, presidential election, why all this? Sajid's candidature was not confirmed until
35 days before
election. Right? Same thing is going to happen at the next parliamentary election also. Are you going to just give it on a platter to the Gota administration? No. People will want a change, because in 3 months you can see a lot of things happening. We saw, take this MCC agreement now. I was the only person who said it. The 2 Vachalyas who are talking, Udaya Gammampilla and Bimal Veeravansa, see the about turn they will take. Now what happened? Udaya Gammampilla is saying, we will not reject everything what America is saying. It's a nice agreement.
70% is
right,
good.
70% is transport.
Is bad.
Only 30% is bad because all the land deals will come out. once it is computerized, all the detail, if you put Udaya Gammampila, entire Udaya Gammampila's properties will come. Right? Computer will have, like the identity card office, you put the identity card, all the details are coming today, no?
However, Vimal Veeravansa has kept on maintaining his stance.
He is saying he will resign. That's another stunt for him to come to power after in 3 months. Everybody is playing politics. See, you must understand what this MCC is. Now, what did he say? See, the contradiction comes there. He said from Colombo to Trincomalee, corridor is coming. I don't know, corridor is coming up to his house, I don't know. But a corridor is coming, isn't it? So they are going to, this is what the GMO secretary also said, GMOA. Right? Thank God he is not appointed the secretary of the ministry. He was very much trying to go there. Right? So the corridor was coming. So where is the corridor now?
The agreement has not yet been signed.
Yeah, not even signed, not even seen. And Vimal Veeravansa said the corridor is coming. So they are going to separate the country. Just for $389 million, a corridor, 480 or whatever it is, say 500 million, no problem. Corridor was coming from Colombo to Trincomalee and the land is going to be separated and they are going to own the land. But don't forget in 2000, when you all gave the port city, the difficulty Mr. Rajapaksa had to bring the national flag to hoist was a big thing. He couldn't even hoist a flag. Right? They had to speak to the Chinese Prime Minister. Country will have a big problem, you know, only Chinese flag cannot be opened, please negotiate, please at least allow me to bring the Sri Lankan flag. With great difficulty they had to go because it was sold to them, no? It is their property. But people must be thankful to Maithripala Ranil government for that they have a port city that is going to come back to us after 99 years. The Shangri-La Golf Race one is coming back to our 4th generation. Whether if we don't extend the agreement, that property is ours. Right? So this is why I say a national plan must be there. Whether we can sell, whether we can give it on lease, and what sort of a lease that we can give, all those things must be there.
Mr. Sali, we're in the final minute of our show and I'd like you to address the general public who are watching us right now. Tell them what should they really consider before going to the polling station at the next general election. We know it's imminent, we know it's coming for sure. What should they look for?
We do not want to see Sri Lanka as a Bandaranaike era.
Okay.
Bandaranaike era, it was not Bandaranaike who was coming, it was Dinesh Gunawardana's father, Philip Gunawardana, who started all these things, the Sinhala Bhasha, that, this and all that. And finally, Mr. Bandaranaike was assassinated by a monk itself. So now the monks have taken control of the Gotabaya regime, and you open the 2 channels that are already there, the Gotas channel. When you open that 2 channels, you can see them eating at everything, and out of the 30 minutes of news, you can see at least 20 minutes of news with saffron-clad priests who are attacking each and everybody and going pell-mell against the Tamil Muslim community. This has to stop. The president has to put a stop to this nonsense and tell them no hanky-panky. I want to work, allow me to work. Now your part is done, you have brought me to power, I am the president, let me continue my work. I have an agenda to go forward, the people have trust in me, they have appointed me as the president, I have to go forward, allow me to do so. Here you keep destructing, you keep bringing unnecessary abuses. Now Dr. Shafi's issue, now they are accusing the police, right? So why don't you have a commission on that? Finish now. Without going into detail and see, how can a government servant, the director of that hospital, coming day by day and speaking unnecessary rubbish to public? They couldn't even prove one thing, they couldn't bring one woman, right? They couldn't bring one woman and prove that they were wrong, or Shafi was wrong. Why is this? And the government is also going behind this accusation.
Mr. Sali, a great leader, a role model for many people in this world. Former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, said that people are not born to hate based on color, religion, community. And if a person can be taught how to hate, it's easier to teach them how to love, because love is closer to the heart of humanity than hate is. And of course, that is what we must focus on. As you mentioned quite rightly at the start, through the education system, through the programs that you have initiated in the Colombo
I just last week I saw her news. President of the country, I can't remember right now, but was having tea with his people in a boutique.
Right.
And he saw a person, is Nelson Mandela, saw a person who was near the hotel. He told his aides to go and call him and ask him to sit and eat with them. He was called and he was embarrassed to come. He was not doing anything. He said, no, please come. Enjoy the food with me. And he made him sit and do, and then he went. He told the head, you know why this guy was not coming when I was calling him? He is the guy who was providing me the food when I was in prison, and all harassment was made by him to me.
Right.
That is why he is feeling very uncomfortable because I am here. But what did Nelson Mandela teach is, you did the wrong to me, but I don't do wrong to you. You sit, you eat with me. This is what we need in Sri Lanka.
Because as you say in Buddhism, hate begets more hate.
So Buddhism teaches that.
Exactly.
And you don't follow it. When
Of
you
course,
see the monks talking, you don't see this is Buddhist teaching.
Definitely. Mr. Sali, there is extremism present on every aspect, in every community, in every religion, and sometimes extremist elements of a certain community can gain more traction than the moderates and the people who really believe in the true spirit of the community, of the religion. And all we can do is hope, pray, and work hard every day to create a better country, a peaceful country.
Please do not spoil the international image of Sri Lanka. Please keep to that and ensure that justice and fair play is done to everybody. Anybody who has done wrong, please go ahead, proceed. There is a way of doing things. We have so many cases still pending, but there are so many cases. All those cases must be heard properly, not by transferring or giving a list of 704 policemen to the immigration not to allow these people go. Where is the freedom then?
Definitely, Mr. Sali, and we've overrun a couple of minutes on our show, but I believe it's time well spent since it was having a discussion with you, Mr. Sali, quite a vocal figure against corruption and a strong activist to establish peace, reconciliation and unity within this beautiful island nation, the pearl of the Indian Ocean. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Do take care and God bless. We will meet you again tomorrow, same time, same place.
Thank you, God.
News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.